Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday. Today I had squats, and of course, I was very excited for the squats. I always look forward to these. It's kind of nice that I've also moved the squats to Sundays because the gyms get super packed during the weekdays. So just moving into Sunday means I'm, able to go between machines a little bit easier. Because in these days I squat and I also do some deadlift, so it's nice to be able to, get access to the squat racks and also the deadlift platforms quite readily, at least way more readily than I would on like a Monday or a Tuesday or pretty much any other weekday. But yeah, today I was squatting and I first of all warmed up to a heavy double at around 85%, and that was about 410 pounds, about 48 pounds. So I had to just round it down to 405 pounds. And I did the double, and it felt really good, honestly. Like uh, this is the weight I'm meant to be working with. Well, for 10 pounds for the realization next week. So I'm meant to, smash that one for at least 5 reps. And after hitting this, I feel super comfortable going into next week. So I'm really happy with how that one moved. A little bit of a sticking point in the middle of the motion, but that is my, my typical sticking point. So something I'm going to think about is, how to, program something to, strengthen my squat throughout the range of motion, especially at that sticking point. So I've already been doing some pause squats, but I think I'm gonna, maybe instead of programming pause squats, I'll program in pin squats instead. Pin squats a little bit lower than, you know, where where I start to, struggle in the squat. Because a lot of times, what actually happens is even though you might feel a squat a particular position, it's usually a little bit below that position you might be weak because your momentum starts to decrease, but it's only when you sort of like gather enough momentum and the momentum can carry you to that range of motion. So it's usually like a little bit below that position that you actually lose strength that you probably have to work on. So I'm gonna work on some pin squats a little bit below that position and see how much that's gonna help my squat. I have so many things I want to program. I want to do some glute bridges or whatever they call those things that you put the bar on your hips and you just like squeeze your glutes. I want to really add those to my training routine. I want to add in some leg extensions. I want to grow some huge quads. Yeah, a bunch of things I'm thinking about. I want to add. I also want to really focus on my upper body too. But before I get into that, this was my realization. Well, this was my AMRAP set of the week. So this one was a 5+ set, but I've decided to be capping these sets at about 1.5 of the minimum prescribed, and that's because I've already hit a heavy whatever before starting to run the Juggernaut program. So this is my own interpretation of the Juggernaut program. So I first of all added a heavy double so I can stay acclimatized to heavyweight. So I don't want to overstress myself. So I usually cap these ones at 1.5, and that just happened to be 7.5 reps. So I just went to 8 reps this time. I felt strong enough to keep going, but I decided to just stop. Maybe I had like two or three more in the tank, to be honest. Maybe even a little bit more. But I mean, it felt good. I'm happy it felt strong throughout the range of the motion. So yeah, looking forward to realization next week. Then on the sumo deadlifts, sumo pause deadlifts. I was working with 335 pounds today for 3x5 sets. The first one I went beltless, and it felt fine. I could have gone beltless the entire time. But I decided to use the belt on the next two, just because I want to really get very acclimatized to this belt. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it provides a lot of support, but it's also very uncomfortable. So this is the Enzer Forever belt. It's a fantastic belt in terms of the construction, the quality of the materials. Like I can totally feel, the difference in the support I get from this one versus the flimsy, I don't know, 20 some dollar belt I got like 5 years ago or something. But it's very uncomfortable. Like I was feeling it in my ribs. I've realized that I need to position it somewhat differently for the squat versus the deadlift. On the squat, what I found to be most comfortable was to have it somewhat higher up, but to position it such that it's higher up on my back, but it's tilted forward a little bit, such that it's a little bit lower on my stomach, on my abs. And when I do that, it seems to avoid, hitting my, sort of like being uncomfortably hitting my ribs, and also uncomfortably hitting my hips. Right now, I would say my ribs are a little bit sore right now. And I mean, I'm gonna keep on working with it, try to see what works best for me. But honestly, I mean, I don't like hurting myself, of course, like anybody else. So I mean, I need to figure it out. I need to figure it out. And I mean, I know if I use this one, I have a higher ceiling, so like for the maximum amount of weight I can lift. So I'm gonna keep on using it, just get acclimatized with it, but it's just gonna be quite a bit of a learning curve. After that, after the pause sumos, I then did some conventional deadlifts. So I was hitting 245 pounds for 3 by 10. Felt super easy. Something I realized is that if I just, really slow down the motion, so while I'm going down into, I really feel the stretch in my hamstrings. Sometimes I just go through the motions as opposed to, really concentrating on where I'm feeling it. So if I really focus on feeling that stretch in my hamstrings, I get a massive pump in my glutes. So I'm gonna really focus on that one throughout the uh the RDLs. After that, I also did some Bulgarian split squats for 3 by 10. I used this cue from Squat University on how to position your legs such that your shin and your back is somewhat parallel. Also did some hamstring curls. Felt really good. I actually was pretty strong on those. I was able to load up to 70 pounds for each leg, and I felt really strong. Did those 3 by 10. Beyond that, yeah, I really want to, add some quad extension. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace the Nordic hamstring curls on my deadlift days with quad extensions because I'm already doing quite a bit of hamstring work. I actually got a comment recently that my hamstrings are looking more defined than my quads. So I mean, I'm gonna, maybe focus and add a little bit of blood into the quads. But besides that, it was a very good day overall. Probably rated something like a 4/5, maybe docked zero point 0.5 points because of the pain in my ribs. But besides that, fantastic day overall. Happy with the performance and looking forward to the next few days. Peace.